Hello, my name is Damien, and today I am going to start off by showing you two quick tips, or tricks rather. The first is how to create a shortcut for any app on Windows 10, because over time that has changed and it hasn't always worked very well. But now all you need to do is go to this Windows Start menu, and from here you go to whatever application you want, like the calculator is a good one, and you just simply drag and drop it to your desktop, and then from there you can drag and drop it anywhere you want into any folder. You didn't always used to be able to do that, so I'll talk about different ways that you used to have to do it in a little bit, but before I get into that, I want to show you the second trick, and so let me delete that to start over. And the second trick is to reassign the print screen button on your keyboard to do more, and then we'll create a shortcut for doing that as well. So there's a function of snip and sketch called ms-screenclip that allows you to, here I'll just show you, I've already got it assigned on my keyboard, so I'll show you. So when I press it on my keyboard now, I get the option of doing rectangular snip, or a freeform snip, or a window snip, or the full screen snip. By default, that button usually just will only do the full screen, and it'll copy it to the clipboard, and then you have to do something with that, paste it into a program. But in this case, when you do it, I'll just do a rectangular snip real quick. So let's just do this. So here it pops up in your notification saying it's saved to the clipboard, and then from here you can open up Snip and Sketch, and then you can save it to whatever you want. In this case it's garbage to me, so I'm not going to save it. But so that's more functionality than that button used to have. So how did I do that? You go to Settings, you go to Ease of Access, from there you scroll down to Keyboard, then from here you scroll down to Print Screen Shortcut, and so here you turn this on. By default this is off, and so by simply turning that on it changes the behavior of that print screen button, and so that is the first step. Now, say I want to do the same thing with a different key on my keyboard. So my keyboard, this keyboard in particular, has the ability to redefine functions, or some of its external keys. So let me just pull this up and I'll show you. This is the keyboard that I have in particular, and it's got various buttons around the edges of it that I can redefine the functions for. So this one in particular is the one that I want to redefine. It's the one it's got a camera on it, and so I want that button to take a snapshot of my desktop. And so I want it to launch a program. And what program do I want it to launch? Well, this screen clip thing isn't actually a program. It's a function of a program. So I need to create a shortcut for it. And actually I do have it on my desktop already, but I'll delete it and I'll create a new one. So I'm going to create something that I can define here, but let me minimize that for now. So now how do I create a shortcut to that? I right click on the desktop and then go to New. I can go to Shortcut, and then I can type this here, ms-screenclip, which I'll include in the description below. Control C, and I paste that right here. So it's ms-screenclip, and then it's quick actions, and then I click next, and then I can name it whatever I want, and sketch. Okay, I think that's what I named it before. And so now here it is on my desktop, and it doesn't have a picture defined for it. So if I go to properties, I can come change the icon, and I can pick out one of these icons. It's not a very diverse icon, although you can add them from the internet, but this is good enough for me. It's a picture of a camera, which will match the button on my keyboard, and then I hit apply, and there it is. Okay, so that's how you create that. So now I can go to my keyboard settings. Oh, I think I already have it open. And I can browse for that. It's on my desktop, and it's this one right here. And now if I apply it, oh, I guess I can just close it. Now if I press that button on my keyboard, which I'm going to do right now, it should pop up. There it is. So in this case, I'll take a window snip, and then I can save that. But I'm not going to. That's not necessary. And so the last thing I guess I want to show you are some of the old ways of, in case you happen to be running an older version of Windows, and you might run into this problem, and it might give you some ideas for how to run some other things. But so different ways of creating shortcuts to applications are to, if it's an old style application, you have to find it. So in this case, under program files, there's a lot of your programs, and in this case, so example Notepad++, here's the executable file, the .exe file, and if I right click on it, then here's a create shortcut option, and you just follow the steps in there. It's a little wizard. I think I've already got that on my desktop, so I'm not going to do that. But that's one way. So, but for the newer apps, you couldn't always drag and drop from the start menu. I think you used to have to. There's a lot of documentation for this that's gone up on the internet over the years for how to do it different ways, because you couldn't just drag and drop it. So for a while, you used to have to open up a shell apps folder. So there's some documentation where it tells you to first of all open up the run command, and then from here you type in the shell apps folder, and then you hit OK, and then it comes up to this. And the strange thing about this is that this isn't actually a folder. It's a shell folder. So I don't really know how to explain what the difference is, but if I go up a folder, I will not be able to go back down to it. So like this, I think if I go up, it's going to take me back to the desktop, and then from the desktop, this is what's in my desktop, and there's no applications folder from my desktop that I can get back into this. So let's just do it. See, there's no applications. I can't get back into it. So another way to do that though is from, let me just refresh it. I'll get it again. Okay, so this is my computer, my PC. Instead of doing that run command and then running it that way, you can just type it right here. So shell : apps folder. Oops, I don't know how I mistyped that. I'll just click on that. Okay, there we go. And so that's the other kind of faster way to get to it. But that means that you have to remember that shell : apps folder in order to get to this applications folder, which who wants to remember that? I'm not going to remember that in 3 weeks. So for another way to how do you create a shortcut to this? So you can do this. You can go to new shortcut, excuse me, and then from here you can go explore shell : apps folder, and Now that, and then we'll call it applications folder. Okay, and then so now when I do, you can call that whatever you want. But see, that came up on my desktop and it looks sort of like a folder. And now when I click on that, that's what pops up. So that was a better way to get to this. So then from here you can drag and drop stuff off onto your keyboard and it creates a link. So those were kind of the better ways of creating shortcuts for all sorts of like the newer apps like Calendar or the calculator. 3D Paint 3D is another one that was difficult to create shortcuts for. A lot of the just built-in Microsoft apps. So there you have it. Those are several different ways of creating shortcuts on your desktop, and I hope that helps some people. There's a couple little tricks there that might save some people some time. So if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. I have two YouTube channels, both of which contain essentially the same content. One contains longer versions of my videos, the other contains shorter 1-minute versions. So if you'd prefer to subscribe to the channel with the shorter 1-minute versions, I'll include a link to that in the description below. You should also be able to click on the short version of this video in the box that pops up right about here. And that's it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, and see you next time.